Okay, so this is the second half of the video about how we got to Finland. So last time we stopped while we were still in the hostel in Helsinki. So to finish out our time at the hostel, we met a lot of people there, and the first person that we actually met, her name was Victoria, and she was also from the United States.
Shout out to Victoria. I don't know, that the very first day there was only 3 people in our room, and for all of the Americans who haven't stayed in a hostel, there's around, like, in our room there was 18 beds. So the very first day we only met Victoria, and she was really cool. She has been traveling for years now.
Yeah, primarily in like Finland, Sweden, Norway.
Yeah.
Those type of countries. So she speaks a little bit of all of the languages, but not fluent in any of them. But she was a lot of help in our first few days getting used to Helsinki and answering some questions that we didn't know or didn't know how to ask a Finnish person. So that was great. And we really wanted to see like the town itself because it's the capital of Finland. And people say that it's really cool and it's kind of like where the center point of Finland is. Not geographically, but like population wise. So she decided to show us around about like some of her favorite spots that she liked in Helsinki.
Yeah, we went to a store, just a tip for anybody going to Finland, to Helsinki. She showed us a store for souvenirs, and it's called Kapaland. And it's like a dollar store for souvenirs, while every other souvenir
spot I would say everything's about €4 or less, but you can get really cute souvenirs instead of going to a souvenir shop and spending a lot of money because it is pretty expensive over here. Yeah.
So we went around the center of Helsinki, and honestly, that was about like the second day that we were in Helsinki. The first, we were sleeping pretty much the entire day and trying to find towels and other things.
Yeah.
Being lost, really.
Pretty much.
Mentally, not geographically. Yeah. So we were slightly in the mood for something American just because there were so many differences. Nothing big was different, but all the little things were very different for us. So we ate McDonald's, and McDonald's tastes the exact same.
It's a little different, and it's just like McDonald's that just shrunk.
Everything was so much smaller.
Yeah, it was a little interesting, but it was nice to have something that was close to what we were familiar with. Even though I don't love McDonald's in the U.S., I actually kind of like it here. So we got a little taste of home, and we went around to like some of the shops and the mall. Really got a feel for like the center of Helsinki, where everybody kind of like tourist-wise comes. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, so after we spent some time with Victoria, we went back to the hostel, and fun story, this random guy comes up to us asking us through Google Translate if we have nail clippers, and little did we know, he became our new best friend. He would just sit there, and he did not know any English at all. He was Russian. So we would sit there for hours at a time trying to talk to somebody our age.
Yeah, he was very clear that he wanted to learn English and wanted to talk to us. But we were unable to talk to him because we don't speak Russian well. He doesn't speak English, nor does he speak Finnish.
And neither do we.
And neither do we. So we had very long conversations with him and his sister and her sister's ex-boyfriend on Google Translate.
Shout out to Dima.
Yes, Dima and
Almaz and Louisa.
Yeah.
They were all very nice. They were nice Russians.
Yeah, and they really, I think, let us get kind of a feel for like Russian culture.
Yes.
And while we were sharing stuff about American culture, because everybody there we wanted to know them and they wanted to know us. And that was around New Year's Eve. And by the time it was New Year's Eve, there was more Russians. And in total, there was 8.
Now shout out to Volva and Lika.
Yeah. So we really immersed ourselves in the Russian culture for a little while, and we learned a few words. We really got a feel for the country and how like they feel about their country and how they feel about America. And we celebrated the New Year's with them. Russian style. Yeah.
They offered us some of their traditional New Year's food.
Yeah, it was Russian salad. And also, instead of watching the ball drop, we watched their speech from Vladimir Putin. And they were really excited to celebrate the New Year and really were happy, I think, that we wanted to learn more about it. Yes. So we all went that night and saw the fireworks and everything outside because there's a lot of fireworks in Helsinki on New Year's Eve. Into New Year's. So it was really cool to go around and just see all the fireworks and everything.
Yeah. So, yeah, we learned a lot about Russian culture in general. And we kept asking them if the stereotypes of Americans that we know are correct or not. And from our experience, they're not correct.
No.
Unless they were just being too nice. And we're very good at acting surprised.
But they were really nice people, and actually I think we met some pretty good friends. We're friends on Facebook, and we're actually going to try to go to St. Petersburg, Russia, and gonna stay with them, and they'll show us around stuff. So it's always good to make new friends, and I'm really excited to see them again.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely shout out to the Russians that speak English.
Yeah.
Those are fantastic.
So on our last day in Helsinki, we really want to do something fun, so we went ice skating to celebrate the New Year, and that was really cool because
they have outdoor skating rinks because
in the center of Helsinki. So that was really fun, and it was a good way to start off the New Year, I think. Yes.
All the Finnish people were so extremely nice as well. Our entire time in Helsinki was 5 days, and everybody was more than happy to help us out. Whenever they obviously knew that we didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah, a lot of them spoke English, especially the Finnish people. So it was easy to get around and find things and really felt welcomed, even though people said, like, oh, Finnish people aren't, like, generally forthcoming and, it takes a while for them to warm up. But I just felt like they just really wanted to help, and they went out of their way to help us sometimes. So I really appreciated it.
Everybody that we met on New Year's Eve or New Year's would just randomly tell us Happy New Year's.
Everybody walking down the sidewalk always said Happy New Year's to us, even a couple days after.
Yes.
So first impressions of Finnish people are really good.
Yes, very
they
good.
were super helpful, and it really made me feel good about spending 5 months here.
Yes.
So sadly our time in Helsinki had come to an end. So we needed to get to Kankanpää, which if you were to drive just straight, it would be about 2 or 3 hours. But we didn't have a car. So we had to bring all of our luggage to a bus stop that was probably like a 5 or 10 minute walk from our hostel, and that was awful. Because I also put down like snow, like gravel on the sidewalks to prevent the ice. But wheels on a suitcase do not go over those. So that was horrible. Next time, taxi.
Yes. It's a 5 to 10 minute walk when you don't have 5 bags.
It takes a half hour when you have bags and you can't roll them.
Yes, and it was cold.
Very cold.
Cold.
So it was a little challenging. But we took the train or tram to the train station in Helsinki. That's in the center as well. And we got train tickets to go to Tampere, which the American pronunciation is Tampere, and I always mispronounce it in Finnish. But
so sorry for any Finnish person
listening
like
to Tampere. Anyway, so we got on a train, and the train was fine, and it was really pretty. Really smooth ride. Can't even really feel it, honestly. So that was really cool. And we got to the train station in Tampere, and we had to get to the bus station because the only way to reach Kankanpää is by bus. So we got a taxi to take us to a bus station, and we got some bus passes.
The entire thing was very interesting. We were very tired still. Because we had to wake up early to go to the train station. We were really tired, and we were supposed to meet the coordinator at the school in Kankanpää, but she had to go to work. So we met up with one of our tutors, Her name's Emma. She actually lived in the United States most of her life and just moved to Finland recently. So it was also nice to hear very good English.
Yeah, we actually met somebody from our school on the bus to Kankampa. So we got to ask her some questions and meet some of our fellow students. So that was pretty cool. We actually had to change buses along the way. So it took about 2.5 hours to get all the way to Kankampa. And then we were met by tutors and her friends too, who really generously helped us move into our flat, which is like in a little apartment, but in a dorm building, which is not on the campus that we're going to, but it's on a technical school campus, I guess.
It's very close to our campus.
Yeah,
Kankampa is a very small town. And while I love how close everything is, we can walk to school in 5 minutes. There's not a ton of stuff to do here, but we have been making it work for the last 5-ish days. So that's how we got to Kankampa, and we will make another video saying what we've been doing since we got here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.